Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. Imagine waking up every morning feeling energized, clear-headed, and ready to take on the world. No more dragging yourself out of bed after a restless night or struggling to find the motivation to get through the day. What if I told you that in just 28 days, you could transform your health, your mindset, and your entire lifestyle, all by making one simple change: going alcohol-free? Welcome to the 28-Day Alcohol-Free Challenge by Andy Ramage, a powerful guide that will show you how to sleep better, shed those extra pounds, reduce anxiety, and boost your overall energy by cutting out alcohol for just a month. It may sound too good to be true, but trust me, this book isn't just another fleeting wellness trend. This is a life-changing opportunity that could revolutionize the way you feel and the way you live. Think about it. For years, alcohol has been woven into the fabric of our social lives, our celebrations, and even our daily routines. It's something we've been told helps us relax, unwind, and connect. But have you ever stopped to think about the toll it's taking on your body and mind? Those late-night drinks, the mindless glasses of wine with dinner, or the weekend binges might be doing more harm than you realize. They can disrupt your sleep, pack on the pounds, fuel anxiety, and rob you of the vibrant energy that you deserve. That's where this 28-day challenge comes in. Ramage's book is packed with practical tips, insightful research, and inspiring real-life stories to help you take that crucial first step toward a healthier, alcohol-free life. But this isn't about deprivation. It's not about giving something up. It's about gaining more. More clarity, more energy, more confidence, and yes, more joy. By the end of this 28-day challenge, you won't just see a change in your physical appearance, you'll experience a shift in your mindset. You'll have a fresh perspective on life, one where you're no longer relying on alcohol to escape or cope. Instead, you'll discover a renewed sense of self-worth and a deeper connection to your health and well-being. And here's the best part: you don't have to do it alone. The 28-Day Alcohol-Free Challenge is designed to support and guide you every step of the way. Whether you're a casual drinker or someone who's ready to break free from unhealthy habits, this book offers a roadmap to lasting change, one that will set you on the path to a brighter, healthier, and more vibrant future. So, are you ready to take the challenge? Ready to unlock a version of yourself you've never known before? Grab your copy of the 28-Day Alcohol-Free Challenge, and let's begin this incredible journey toward a new, healthier you. Your body, your mind, and your future self will thank you. Part 1. Introduction to the Challenge, a New Beginning. Chapter 1. The Truth About Alcohol, a Wake-Up Call. Andy Ramage opens with a direct and eye-opening story about his personal struggle with alcohol. He paints a picture of how, for years, alcohol was his companion, celebrating success, numbing stress, and adding an illusion of comfort to his life. But after a particularly eye-opening experience, he realized how much alcohol was affecting his physical and mental health. The chapter unpacks a powerful realization: the truth about alcohol is often hidden in plain sight. Many people, like Ramage, think of alcohol as a harmless indulgence, a way to unwind or have fun. But over time, it accumulates in the background, wearing away at health and happiness. Ramage delves into how alcohol impacts sleep, energy levels, mental clarity, and weight. He describes how, despite appearances, alcohol isn't the friend we think it is. But what really makes this chapter captivating is Ramage's vulnerability. He admits that his own journey wasn't perfect. He was stuck in the cycle of just one more drink and needed something more than willpower to break free. This sets the stage for his bold decision, a 28-day challenge, where he promised to abstain from alcohol entirely. This is the foundation for the transformative journey he invites the reader to embark on. Chapter 2. The Science Behind the Challenge. Why Alcohol Affects Us More Than We Realize. In this chapter, Andy brings in some fascinating science to show why alcohol isn't as innocent as many of us believe. He explains the way alcohol affects the brain by slowing down communication between the neurotransmitters that regulate mood, energy, and focus. This leads to that feeling of relaxation, but it's followed by the inevitable crash and the negative impact on sleep. Ramage takes us through the physiology of alcohol and how it interferes with the body's ability to heal and regenerate, specifically during sleep. He reveals how alcohol disrupts the deep, restorative stages of sleep, leaving us tired, groggy, and often anxious the next day. This chapter connects the dots between what many consider a harmless evening drink and the sluggishness, irritability, and lack of focus they feel the next day. The heart of this chapter is Ramage's argument that alcohol is a silent saboteur. It wears down the body slowly, subtly making us less resilient and more prone to anxiety and fatigue. But Ramage's goal here isn't just to highlight the problem. He's showing us that awareness is the first step toward change. Understanding how alcohol is affecting us on a physiological level makes the decision to quit all the more powerful. Chapter 3: The Power of 28 Days, Why 1 Month Can Change Everything. In this pivotal chapter, Ramage introduces the core concept of the 28-day challenge. He uses compelling anecdotes and research to show why 28 days is the perfect length of time for a transformative experience. Ramage emphasizes that 28 days isn't about achieving perfection or instant results. It's about giving your body the time it needs to reset and reestablish healthy habits. This is where Ramage truly captivates the reader, explaining that it's not about deprivation, it's about discovery. He promises that by committing to 28 days of alcohol-free living, the reader will experience significant benefits: improved sleep, better focus, higher energy levels, and a reduction in anxiety. He shares the science of habit formation and how 28 days is enough time for a new habit to begin taking root. The key to success, he argues, is to focus on the small victories each day. As the days progress, the reader will notice tangible benefits that will keep them motivated to continue. The 28-day challenge isn't just a test of willpower, it's a journey that's designed to reconnect us with our best selves. Ramage brings this chapter to life by narrating stories from people who've taken the challenge before. Some experienced major transformations in just a few days, others took a little longer, but all found that the challenge had a profound impact on their lives. Chapter 4: Overcoming the Obstacles, the Myths and Realities of Life Without Alcohol. As Ramage pushes us into the meat of the challenge, this chapter deals with the resistance most people face when they think about quitting alcohol. He acknowledges that saying no to alcohol can feel like swimming against the current. Social situations, cravings, and even moments of self-doubt can make it feel impossible. But rather than sugarcoat the challenge, Ramage dives deep into these issues, laying out the realities and debunking common myths about life without alcohol. First, he tackles the myth that alcohol is essential for socializing. Ramage argues that, in fact, alcohol often masks true connections and stops people from being fully present. He challenges readers to rethink the way they socialize and find ways to connect with others that don't revolve around drinking. He also confronts the myth that alcohol is the key to stress relief. Instead, Ramage suggests healthier, more sustainable ways to cope with stress, such as exercise, meditation, and spending time in nature. He makes a compelling case that alcohol, instead of helping us unwind, actually adds more stress to our bodies, leading to an endless cycle of anxiety and poor sleep. Ramage even addresses the fear that life without alcohol will be boring or joyless. He paints a vivid picture of what life can look like once you let go of alcohol's hold. Instead of missing out, Ramage describes how people often discover a new depth of joy, creativity, and purpose once they clear the fog of alcohol. Chapter 5: The Benefits, What to Expect on the Journey. This chapter is a beacon of hope. Ramage sets the reader up for the incredible transformations they'll experience by giving up alcohol for 28 days. He begins with a powerful promise: you will feel better, look better, and live better. He starts by talking about sleep. The first thing most people notice when they stop drinking is how much better they sleep. Ramage explains how alcohol disrupts the natural sleep cycle and how, without it, your body can enter deeper stages of restorative sleep. People wake up feeling more rested, more energetic, and more focused. Then, Ramage moves to the physical benefits. He talks about how the body begins to heal once it's alcohol-free. People often lose weight, experience more energy, and notice that their skin looks clearer and more vibrant. These results often happen faster than expected, which keeps people motivated. But the most profound benefits, according to Ramage, are the mental and emotional changes. He highlights how people report a reduction in anxiety, improved mood, and increased clarity of thought. Without the haze of alcohol, people experience life with a new sense of perspective and possibility. The chapter ends on an uplifting note, preparing readers for the journey ahead. Ramage emphasizes that while the challenge may be tough, it will be worth it, and by the end of the 28 days, readers will feel empowered to continue living alcohol-free. Conclusion of Part 1. Part 1 of the 28-day alcohol-free challenge serves as the perfect setup for the transformation journey that awaits the reader. By introducing the challenge, explaining the science, and outlining the benefits, Ramage gets us excited about the possibilities. His honest, story-driven approach makes this a relatable and motivating read. With this foundation, we are ready to embark on a life-changing 28-day journey that promises better sleep, more energy, less anxiety, and a clearer, healthier mind. Part 2. The journey begins, taking the first step. Chapter 6. The power of setting intentions. Why you're doing it matters. In this chapter, Andy Ramage emphasizes one of the most crucial elements of any challenge: intention. He stresses that without a clear sense of purpose, the 28-day alcohol-free journey will be like sailing a ship without a map, directionless and vulnerable to setbacks. Ramage guides readers to reflect deeply on their reasons for wanting to take the challenge. Is it to sleep better? Lose weight? Improve mental clarity? Beat anxiety? Whatever the reason, Ramage insists it's vital to identify it clearly and write it down. This serves as a personal reminder when the going gets tough. To make it more relatable, he shares stories of people who have taken the challenge and how they define their intentions. For example, one person wanted to be a better parent, another hoped to gain clarity in their career, and yet another was simply tired of feeling sluggish. Ramage illustrates that the reason for taking the challenge doesn't have to be grandiose. It just needs to resonate personally. He suggests that by setting intentions at the beginning of the challenge, readers create a sense of purpose that is compelling and will carry them through the 28 days. When temptation strikes, those intentions will serve as an anchor, reminding readers of their why. Chapter 7. Preparing for the challenge: the art of detoxing your environment. As Ramage moves deeper into the practicalities of the challenge, he stresses the importance of preparation. One of the first steps in being successful at going alcohol-free for 28 days is setting up your environment to support your goals. Ramage breaks it down into easy-to-follow steps. First, clean out your fridge and pantry. If you're someone who often reaches for a glass of wine after a long day, remove any alcohol from your house entirely. It's an important psychological strategy to avoid temptation in those moments when your resolve might weaken. Next, Ramage talks about cleaning up your social environment. He acknowledges that one of the hardest things about going alcohol-free is the influence of others, especially in social situations where drinking is the norm. He offers strategies on how to navigate these situations without feeling awkward or left out. Ramage advocates for honesty, letting people know that you're taking a break from alcohol for 28 days and inviting them to support you. Another tip he shares is how to prepare for evenings where alcohol may be part of the celebration. Instead of just saying no to a drink, he recommends offering an alternative like sparkling water with lime or a mocktail that feels just as festive but doesn't compromise your challenge. By preparing both your physical space and your social environment, you make it easier to stay committed to the challenge and avoid pitfalls. This section ensures that readers feel fully equipped to face day one with confidence and clarity. Chapter 8. The first 7 days. Overcoming the initial hurdles. The first 7 days are the toughest, and Andy doesn't shy away from acknowledging this. This chapter is all about the immediate reality of cutting alcohol out of your life and facing the first major hurdles head-on. Ramage shares the experience of people who have taken the challenge, noting that the first few days are often filled with cravings, social pressures, and a sense of loss. The ritual of drinking is ingrained in many people's daily routines, and without it, there's an emotional and physical withdrawal process. Ramage doesn't sugarcoat the experience. He talks about the initial discomfort, how some people experience restlessness, anxiety, or even mild physical symptoms as the body adjusts. But here's where Ramage's approach becomes uniquely motivating. He focuses on the positive outcomes that are already starting to take shape. He encourages readers to pay attention to their increased energy, the slight improvements in mood, and even better quality of sleep. During this phase, Ramage offers several practical tips for dealing with the challenges that arise. One powerful tip is to focus on the short-term wins. Instead of worrying about the full 28 days ahead, he suggests focusing on the present moment and taking it day by day. Celebrate the small victories, whether it's a great night's sleep or the fact that you didn't feel tempted to drink when you normally would have. By acknowledging the discomfort and offering strategies to deal with it, Ramage helps readers build resilience and prepare for the next stages of the journey. Chapter 9: Shifting Your Mindset, Embracing Life Without Alcohol. As the challenge progresses, Ramage takes a deeper dive into the psychological aspect of going alcohol-free. In this chapter, he talks about how alcohol often serves as a crutch, helping people navigate difficult emotions or social situations. But what happens when you take that crutch away? Ramage explains that by shifting our mindset, we can embrace the opportunity for growth. Going alcohol-free allows readers to face their emotions head-on, without numbing them with a drink. He offers the concept of emotional clarity as a major benefit of this journey. This is a chapter filled with thought-provoking reflections on the role of alcohol in our lives. Ramage questions why we drink in the first place. What emotions or beliefs are we trying to suppress or enhance? As readers begin to face these questions, they can reframe their relationship with alcohol, seeing it not as a tool for comfort, but as an obstacle to true emotional freedom. Ramage shares stories of individuals who have discovered emotional clarity after removing alcohol from their lives. One person realized they had been using alcohol to avoid addressing their underlying anxiety, while another found that alcohol had been a barrier to truly connecting with their partner. Ramage's tone in this chapter is empathetic, urging readers to explore their own emotional relationship with alcohol and take the first steps toward liberation. Chapter 10: The Power of Rest, How Going Alcohol-Free Improves Sleep. One of the most immediate benefits of going alcohol-free is better sleep, and Ramage dedicates an entire chapter to this topic. Here, he explains how alcohol interferes with our body's ability to get restorative, deep sleep. Ramage emphasizes that alcohol may make you feel drowsy initially, but it disrupts the later stages of sleep, which are crucial for physical and mental restoration. Without alcohol in the system, readers will begin to experience deeper, more refreshing sleep. They'll wake up feeling more rested and more energized, which is one of the first things people notice when they stop drinking. Ramage provides tips for improving sleep even further, such as creating a calming bedtime routine, avoiding screens before bed, and practicing relaxation techniques. He highlights how these small changes, when combined with the benefits of alcohol-free living, lead to a marked improvement in sleep quality. For those struggling to feel truly rested, Ramage reassures them that the sleep benefits will become more pronounced as the body adjusts. He also talks about the importance of not viewing sleep as something to be achieved, but as a natural process that improves over time once the body has the space to heal and regenerate. Chapter 11: The Middle Days, the Sweet Spot. By the time readers hit the halfway mark in their challenge, they begin to experience something magical: the sweet spot. This chapter focuses on the moment when the body and mind have fully adjusted to the absence of alcohol and the positive effects start to compound. Ramage writes about the newfound energy people experience during these middle days. The fog of alcohol-induced fatigue lifts, and people find themselves waking up with more zest for life. Creativity flows more freely, focus sharpens, and mental clarity increases. He shares testimonials from challenge participants who begin to feel like a new version of themselves. People report being more productive at work, feeling more present with family and friends, and having an overall sense of well-being. Ramage emphasizes that this is the tipping point where the challenge starts to feel like a permanent shift in lifestyle rather than a temporary detox. By celebrating these newfound benefits, Ramage encourages readers to push through any lingering doubts. This is when they will truly see the long-term benefits of a life without alcohol. Conclusion of Part 2. Part 2 serves as the transformative core of the challenge, where readers begin to experience the profound physical, emotional, and mental benefits of living alcohol-free. By focusing on preparation, mindset, and overcoming the initial hurdles, Ramage ensures that readers have the tools they need to succeed. He captures the highs and lows of the 28-day challenge, making the journey relatable and motivating. By the end of this part, readers are well-equipped to continue their alcohol-free journey, buoyed by the progress they've made and the promise of even greater rewards ahead. Part 3. The Transformation, Embracing the New You. Chapter 12. Building New Habits, the Power of Consistency. In this chapter, Andy Ramage takes us deeper into the process of transformation. Having made it through the first 2 parts of the 28-day challenge, readers now start to see a tangible shift in their behavior. Ramage discusses the power of consistency and how the small daily actions of going alcohol-free begin to compound and yield significant results. He explains that when it comes to changing habits, it's not the dramatic changes that stick, but the consistent, steady ones. He encourages readers to acknowledge how far they've come, not just in terms of avoiding alcohol, but in terms of cultivating new, healthier routines. Ramage highlights how many people find that their days are now filled with more energy, better sleep, and even improved eating habits. One of the critical factors for success at this stage is celebrating those small victories, whether it's managing a stressful day without reaching for a drink, or simply enjoying a weekend without hangovers. Ramage emphasizes that by reinforcing these positive behaviors, readers make alcohol-free living feel like a permanent part of their lives. He offers practical tips on how to continue building healthy habits that extend far beyond the 28-day challenge. Ramage also draws attention to the importance of mental reinforcement. He encourages readers to take a moment to reflect on their progress, acknowledging how much their mindset has shifted. At this stage, the idea of life without alcohol becomes less of a challenge and more of a lifestyle, one that enhances overall well-being. Chapter 13. Going Beyond the Challenge. Why 28 days is just the start. As the end of the 28 days approaches, Ramage begins to expand the scope of the challenge beyond its immediate time frame. He reminds readers that the ultimate goal isn't just to complete the challenge, but to build a new relationship with alcohol that allows them to thrive long after the 28 days are over. Ramage writes about how many people view the end of the challenge as the end of their journey, but he urges readers to view it as the beginning of something much bigger. He talks about the long-term benefits of continued sobriety, highlighting stories of people who, after completing the challenge, choose to keep going, whether it's for 60 days, 6 months, or even longer. For many readers, the 28 days are a powerful stepping stone toward a more mindful, intentional life. Ramage explores the idea of using the newfound clarity and energy to pursue personal goals, career ambitions, and emotional growth. He underscores that staying alcohol-free isn't about deprivation or restriction. It's about creating more space for the things that truly matter. He also shares a poignant reflection on how the challenge has an impact on other areas of life. Many participants report feeling more present with loved ones, more productive at work, and more aligned with their personal values. This holistic transformation is one of the key reasons why the 28-day challenge doesn't just end, it continues to evolve. Chapter 14. Handling social situations, mastering the art of saying no. One of the most challenging aspects of living alcohol-free is navigating social situations where drinking is the norm. Whether it's family gatherings, nights out with friends, or work events, alcohol is often central to the social fabric. In this chapter, Ramage gives readers the tools they need to handle these situations with grace and confidence. He discusses the potential awkwardness that some people feel when they choose not to drink in a social setting, especially if they're surrounded by others who are drinking. Ramage provides practical advice for how to deal with these situations, emphasizing the importance of setting boundaries and sticking to them. He also gives readers the script for how to decline a drink politely without feeling the need to explain or justify their decision. Ramage encourages readers to be open about their 28-day challenge and shares how people often find that others are supportive, or at least curious, about their decision. He talks about how the first few weeks of socializing alcohol-free can be the most difficult, but with time, it becomes second nature. What starts as an uncomfortable situation often becomes a powerful moment of self-empowerment. He also discusses how those who have completed the 28-day challenge often become role models for others, showing that it's possible to have fun, be social, and feel connected without relying on alcohol. This chapter is all about reframing socializing, viewing it as an opportunity to build deeper connections, rather than as a reason to drink. Chapter 15, Reflection and Gratitude, Celebrating the Journey. As the 28-day challenge comes to a close, Ramage dedicates this chapter to reflection and gratitude. He urges readers to take a moment to celebrate how far they've come and to acknowledge the positive changes they've experienced. Ramage walks readers through a series of reflective exercises to help them process their journey. He encourages readers to think back to their reasons for taking the challenge and whether those reasons have been fulfilled. Have they slept better? Lost weight? Felt more energized? Have they experienced less anxiety or stress? By reflecting on these changes, readers can cement their new relationship with alcohol-free living. Gratitude also plays a major role in this chapter. Ramage discusses how focusing on what readers have gained, rather than what they've given up, can significantly enhance their sense of fulfillment. He emphasizes that the benefits of going alcohol-free are not just physical but emotional, mental, and social. At this stage, readers are encouraged to write down their achievements and set new goals for the future. For some, this may mean extending the alcohol-free challenge for another month. For others, it might involve creating a long-term plan to manage alcohol consumption in a way that serves their health and well-being. Either way, this chapter is about celebrating progress and reinforcing the mindset that living alcohol-free can be a permanent, life-enhancing choice. Chapter 16, A New Beginning, Looking Toward the Future. In the final chapter of the 28-day challenge, Ramage looks toward the future. He acknowledges that the end of the challenge can be a bittersweet moment, especially if readers have grown attached to the positive changes they've experienced. However, he encourages them to see this as the beginning of a lifelong journey toward better health, increased energy, and mental clarity. Ramage discusses how readers can continue to embrace the lessons learned throughout the 28 days. He urges them to remember that their relationship with alcohol doesn't have to be all or nothing. Some may choose to reintroduce alcohol into their lives, but in a more mindful and controlled way. For others, the challenge might serve as a permanent lifestyle change. The key takeaway from this chapter is that living alcohol-free doesn't need to be a restrictive or temporary experience. It's about crafting a life that's centered on well-being, self-awareness, and personal growth. Ramage leaves readers with a powerful message. By making the conscious decision to live alcohol-free, they're not just avoiding something negative, they're opening themselves up to an entirely new world of possibility. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Happy learning!